Alright, ICT traders, welcome back to the channel. Just a very quick one right here. I want to show you a superior way you can use an order block or a fair value gap for trade entry. In fact, any of the institutional reference point. I never trust an order block. I never trust a fair value gap for trade entry. I use this instead. I'm going to show you everything step by step. So let's get into the video. If you are new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, you're welcome back. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel to get more valuable content from me. So let's get into it. So look at this. Can you see this green candle, this particular green candle? What do you call this green candle? A bearish order block. What does it do? It pushes price downward. It is simply an order block because it is from there that we see a sudden price movement with a displacement that created a market structure shift, and it is more valid because it has a fair value gap, which is an imbalance. It makes it more attractive for price to come back because it has a fair value gap. And if we pick our fib level, putting from here to the last swing level right here, let me put it there, bringing it down to this place. If you look at this from your knowledge of premium and discount, this has qualified to be a valid order block, coupled with the fact that it has swept liquidity here, trading into this bearish order block, coming right up here, shifting market structure right here. And then if you want to take trade, how are you going to take trade? As a ICT trader, as somebody who is advanced in the ICT knowledge, this is what you're going to do. Let me put this right there. I want to take the trade maybe from here, or some people use the tip of this particular fair value gap. All right. And then where is your stop loss going to be? Sincerely speaking, your stop loss is going to be right above this order block. There are two ways to do this money management. You can either reduce your position size since the stop loss is big, or you can take the risk of taking the trade from there. And then normally the target is the recent swing low. For this sell example, this is almost like 1:3 or 3:1, whichever way you want to call it. All right. So if you want to take trade with this, ideally, let's take the trade and see. So I am going to replay it. I am in the trade right here. It has entered right on this fair value gap, and then touching this particular order block makes it very, very important. So look at this. I'm watching my trade, but boom, I'm stopped out. Look at this. I got stopped out. What happened? This is why I want to show you this superior way of taking trade with an order block with a fair value gap, or any of the institutional reference points you want to use for trade entry. Looking at this, we know that our order block is valid because it has met up with all the requirements that an order block or a valid order block must have. All right, so I want to show you something called gauging the momentum. All right, gauging the momentum. Do we spell gauge like this? Gauging the momentum. Sorry if my spelling of gauging is not correct. So gauging the momentum. All right, so I want to show you that pattern of trade entry. Now we know that all the institutions are interested in taking trade around this area. We call it the point of interest. But how we can take the entry is what we want to use this gauging the momentum for. So let's do this. Imagine this is the 4-hour time frame, even though this is the 15-minute time frame. And then because trading and price behaves in fractal, you can do this in any time frame of your choice. Any time frame of your choice. So just follow everything I'm about to show you right here. I'm going to open your eyes to the mystery of this kind of entry. So I got stopped out because I don't have an understanding of gauging the momentum. So if I am using 15-minute time frame, I am allowed to drop down to a time frame lower than the 15-minute, or even 2 time frame lower. which means I will drop to either 5-minute time frame or the 1-minute time frame. So I will go to the 5-minute time frame, which is right here, and I will gauge the momentum of this retracement. This is it. I am trading with the smart money. The smart money are bearish on their time frame, and I want to sell and go in the same direction with them. But this retracement is coming as a bullish movement. So I want to use this advantage and then gauge the momentum of this retracement and see how the strength is coming. And then till the point where I can see a weakness in the retracement. All right, in the retracement. So look at this. Price has been coming, and please pay attention to this. The first push from here to here. All right, you will be the one to do everything by yourself. The first push was from here to this place. This is the first push. Can you see? This is our momentum 1. This is our momentum 1. We are seeing it, and then this one has not even reached the point of interest. Then momentum 2 will come when we take out this high that we created right here. This high, not forgetting where my cursor is. The second momentum came in from here. This is the second momentum to this point. All right, gauging the momentum. So if you look at this second movement, gauging the momentum, which of these would you say has more strength? The first one, right? The first one has more strength than the second one, and we are watching it. It came close to our point of interest in the lower time frame. Now, a lot of you people will call this place, I wish I can do that video. We'll call this one a shifting structure, but I've said that time and again. ICT said that if you don't have at least a very significant movement with at least 3 candles closing below each other, you don't consider that one as what? As a retracement. You don't consider that one as a retracement. Can you see this one? Even though these two have qualified, the third candle did not close below this guy. So we can't call this a retracement. So we will just let this be. So this entire movement is a retracement, one retracement. So this is not a shift in market structure according to ICT. I will make a separate video showing you where ICT mentioned that by himself, so you can get what I am saying. All right. So price had another move right here. We can see from here to this place. The third momentum is what we are going to measure. Now, notice how price is doing this. Notice how price is doing this. So for those of you who have just thought this is a shift in market structure, you were wrong, because you took the trade right here, around here, blindly from the 15-minute time frame. You just saw price coming, and the moment price touched that area, which is this fair value gap, you just entered, and you're not seeing what is happening in the lower time frame that will help you to gauge the momentum of the price movement. So if you're watching this, you simply see price pushing as an uptrend, taking out this level. The lower time frame are still seeing this as a buy. All right, so let me bring it back to this point, this particular place. The lower time frame, this is a break of structure for them. So you need to have an alignment that is working with gauging the momentum. So price came back to their fair value gap, this point, or this particular, whichever one, price came back and price push up again. Another one here, we are selling. So we are watching everything that the lower time frame are doing. Breaking structure at that point. All right, we have a break of structure, and the next momentum after this. So this, I consider this as a retracement one, because this, we have 1, 2, look at this candle, at least 3 candles. This candle, the body is closing below this body. All right, below this body, but this one did not close below this body, just 2 candles. So according to ICT, this is not retracement. You need at least 3. In fact, ICT even said 4, but over time I've come up with my own that is just 3 candlesticks, and that's the beauty of being a student. You too, you can come up with your own with experience over time, the one that works for you. So this is momentum 1 right here. Let me show you momentum 1, momentum 2, momentum 3. Notice how the difference, momentum 1 is bigger than momentum 2, momentum 2 is bigger than momentum 3, and it is getting weaker, weaker and weaker. So the third momentum from here to here, this is where you got it wrong. Price pushed above this guy, and then we have that fourth momentum. So it is at this point that you will see price shifts market structure. So until you see price shifts market structure, it means that order block will not reject price, will not help you to push price down. All right, because the lower time frame are still in control. And then you have it right here. You have it right here, a shift in market structure, because this has qualified to be a retracement according to ICT. So we have a market structure shift. If you love this video, guys, give it a like, and then make sure you buy me a coffee. I'm just joking around it. All right, so look at this, guys. Where is your entry going to be? Your entry is going to be where? At premium. This is the easiest way to take your trade. At premium, there is a fair value gap right here. Price have traded into it a bit, but it closes as bearish, so we don't see this as a complete. So this is the basis for your trade entry. Where is the sell? I'm going short, so this is the time for you to go short. All right, this is the right time for you to enter this trade, because you have a market structure shift that left you with what? That left you with a fair value gap shift in market structure, and you can confidently take this trade. All right, so this is it. This is the gauging momentum, and look at the first momentum that came in the downtrend. The first momentum that came in the downtrend is bigger than the last momentum that went up from the uptrend. All right, big to small, small to big. That is how to use this, and that is why I told you I never trust an order block. All right, so price rallied around, and here we go. Price moving smoothly, and you have to be wise enough as a professional trader to be taking partial profit at every low that price will take out. As soon as you see price take out this low, you either shift your stop loss to break even so that you will be trading on 0 loss, or you can take partials. So this is the basis for trading, guys. I know a lot of you people have gotten an aha moment in this simple illustration I just gave you. Let me bring it back to, this is a long time trade that took time. Taking it back to the 15-minute, you're going to see how the trade actually went in your favor. All right, so that is basically how to do this trading stuff, guys. So the trade actually went in your favor after taking some time. You have to be patient to wait through all these chunk movement. So I hope you're learning something in this particular example, guys. I hope you're learning something. I know the part that will disturb a lot of you guys is that retracement stuff. I will find that exact spot from ICT's word and then come and show you, so you will know what I'm saying. All right, should we do one more example? Let's do one more example and see. Let me delete everything and have one more example. Gauging the momentum. It's actually super amazing to gauge the momentum of your entry. All right, do we have something similar to that right here? Breaking structure around here. We have a break of structure right up there. Swing high. Even though this was a news, I don't want to do so much with these from here to here. We have price coming back. I don't like that one. I don't like this. I couldn't trade that day. I think I took a trade with this movement that day, and I had a loss. All right, I have a losing trade with that. But let's look at this. All right, you can either use a fair value gap or an order block. Which of these ones do we use? Which of these ones do we use? This is still on premium. If I use from here to here, okay. Price traded into, this is a mitigation block, this very big mitigation block. So you can use any, and I mean you can use any institutional reference point for that. This is a bullish mitigation block. So let's just do an example with this one so you can see what I'm saying. All right, more practical with a live chart. So we have a bullish mitigation block that price traded into. All right, just touching the tip, and then quickly got rejected. You can see it right there. Let me adjust it properly so you can see. Just touching the tip, and then price quickly went up. Even though I'm not so comfortable with this particular example, I'll just leave it from here, guys. You can go ahead and check every entry that has to do with an order block. You use this 2 time frame rule, gauging the momentum and getting the entry. You're going to see amazing way to take trades, guys. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. And if you have any question, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.